Welcome to Cabot Links. Cabot's name originates from the Italian explorer Giovanni Caboto, or John Cabot. The English king gave him his mission to find a shorter route to Asia through the Northwestern Passage. But instead he found this place, Nova Scotia, in 1497. Well played, Mr. Cabot. The first of the two courses, Cabot Links, sits right below Inverness, while the second course, Cabot Cliffs, is a mile north of the village. A wonderful thing about Cabot is the lovely staff. They're often locals, students or retired citizens, and are always nice, keen to talk, or just giving you cookies. I know that you know quite a few things about Sweden as well. Why is that?
I had met a gentleman who had won the Silver Broom, Ragnar Camp.
Yeah, curling, right?
In curling, yeah. So Ragnar and I became friends, and he acquainted me with some of the Swedish traditions.
Which is?
Snus and some other traditions.
Okay, well, what about the snus? Did you try it or did you puke?
No, I quite enjoyed it very much.
How has the community changed since Cabot opened?
Oh, it's just totally brought it back to life again. The community is so excited to have this development here, and created lots of jobs and opportunities for the local people. Even though the unemployment rate here is still high, it's still offering at least 450 jobs every season for the locals here. So it makes for a more vibrant, happy community, you know.
It's great. They've done phenomenal things for the area here.
Inverness has a population of just under 2,000 people. Until the late 50s, it was a mining town where the mine actually was partly under the ocean. Well, if you weren't paranoid enough already. When the mine closed, it became a ghost town until just recently, when the owner Ben Coandua reached out to Mike Kaiser, well known for Bandon Dunes, and asked him if he wanted to do another project in the middle of nowhere. There are other things to do but golf. There's an upcoming music festival. There's creative furniture for sale. And it wouldn't be New Scotland without its own single malt whiskey distillery. You can also take the beautiful Cabot Trail drive through Cape Breton National Park. Probably one of the most beautiful places on Earth, but unfortunately we just saw it in fog and rain. All the good days were spent on the golf courses. So let's talk about the golf courses. Cabot Links is designed by the Canadian architect Rod Whitman and opened in 2011. People who have traveled to the British Isles will recognize themselves. It's a bump and run game around here, and all the surfaces are fescue. In a lagoon at the far end of the property, you find a few holes that stand out from the rest of the course, number 5 and 6. 6 is a beautiful cape hole. The 14th tee is the highest point on the course. A short par 3 playing downwind and downgrain to an infinity green where everything past the putting surface is dead. Probably one of the most scary shots you can ever hit with a sand wedge. The par 4 16th is a great hole with a pot bunker in the center of the fairway, forcing you to make a decision. And the green sits beautifully on a dune bank, which makes the approach challenging as well. My favorite hole on this course.
This is a really cool detail about Cabot. It's fairway cut all the way back to the tees. You can place the tees anywhere you like. And same thing, if we walk back to the 10th green over here, you can barely see the difference between the green and the collection area. So from down here, it's a good idea to putt it.
Cabot Cliffs is the highest ranked of the two courses. It's designed by Bill Core and Ben Crenshaw, who is the hottest design duo on the planet right now.
Second at Cabot Cliffs, one of my favorite holes. A lot of strategy on this hole.
There's a mound with bunkers that covers the pin, so you have to go far right or far left depending on where the pin is.
Here's a close-up of the amazing strategy of the second hole. Here's my tee ball. I can see the flag. Over here is Jacob. He can't see the flag. Fourth hole at Cliffs. This is a good story. Core and Crenshaw couldn't decide which hole to build, so Mike Kaiser said to them, let's build them both.
The upper, on the right side here, is a 150-yard par 3, well protected by bunkers. And the lower is a 200-yard par 3, where everything slopes to the left, so you can bump and run your tee shot onto the putting surface.
Personally, I like this one better.
The fifth hole is the Cape hole at this course. On my first go I played aggressively and pulled it off. But when I saw the margin of error, I laid back to here with a mid-iron in round 2. Great golf is about choices. Hole 6 is a gem of a par 3 and hidden in the dunes. Then there's a suite of par 5s. 7 is really hard, 8 is easy, and 9 is a lovely par 3 breather before you get to one of my favorites, the par 5 10th hole. It's played alongside the Gulf of St. Lawrence with small bunkers along the coastline that might save you. An ocean ravine cuts in just before the putting surface, so any attempts to go for the green in 2 has to be on point. Another good par 5 is 15. A downhill par 5 where you walk towards the ocean and have the beautifully shaped Margery Island on the horizon. You get a good view for your second shot if you hit the left side of the fairway, but the right side is much more easy to hit, but will give you a blind second shot. On the left, you see the 15th hole looking back from the ocean/air. Oh, I hooked my second shot. Did I mention that I always carry a severe fear of heights in my bag? Vertigo! Come on, you can do it.
This is probably the most intimidating hole I have ever seen. It's so high, it's so much cliffs, it's the ocean, it's everything, and apparently there's a green over there somewhere.
The most used Matt Kuchar quote around here is that the 16th hole at Cabot Cliffs makes the 16th hole at Cypress Point look small. '17 is a drivable par 4. It's almost too drivable. There's really no other option. Once you get past this spectacular tee shot, there's not much of a golf hole left. But that being said, There's no place on the course where you feel better than on the 17th green. Cabot Links is a resort with courses that really are a 1-2 punch. Both of them great and already on the top 100 lists. The courses are still quite new, so I would guess that they will rank even higher in the future.